the Chiefs aren't elite, but they can return to that form if the cards fall the right way for them. That Mahomes to Thornton connection is growing every single week, but there are still huge holes on the offense. The run game is still super iffy. Pacheco and Hunt, they're fine, but I don't think it's anything to rave about. If the pass game is rolling, I think they'll be better, but that's going to require a few weapons returning back to the starting lineup, which won't happen till later on in the season. Travis Kelce is phasing out of this offense. He's looking at retirement. He's staring at Taylor Swift. They got engaged. He's moving on. He's acting in movies. It's over. They need to find a new, reliable number one guy. The upside, though, the defense is elite. They're averaging 18.5 points against per game. Last year, they were averaging 20.4 points per game, including the playoffs. So this is the same team that we saw make the Super Bowl last year. The only difference is that the Chiefs aren't closing out these one-possession games like they were doing last year. That's why they're starting 1-2. So I think the Chiefs are actually in a more favorable position than most think. They're flying under the radar right now. I don't think people have given enough credit to that defense. And yes, the offense is slow, but just imagine, Rashee Rice returns. Xavier Worthy returns. The offense starts putting up 24, 27, 30 points a game. I think that Chiefs defense is good enough for them to make the playoffs, for them to win a wild card game, because I don't necessarily think they'll be the bye team this year, and to shake things up again. Do not doubt Mahomes and Reed until we see it with our own eyes. What do you think, Steve?
Let me know if this takes weird. I don't think the Chiefs are the best team in the AFC, but weirdly enough, I don't think anyone's still beating them in the postseason. It's weird. Like you said, the defense is still elite. Their problem is the run game sucks. But if they get their two receivers back, I think they can overcome the run game because Mahomes is also a good runner himself. Here's my thing. I think you can kind of kiss the AFC West goodbye, just given how the Chargers are playing. The Chargers are going to run away with it. But Baltimore just lost tonight. There's many teams in the AFC 2-1, 1-2. Chiefs are 1-2. So you got to be feeling like the door's still open for Kansas City to make a run. I think, listen, Kelsey's kind of washed, but I still think Mahomes is playing great. I think he's playing great. The balls he's giving to Thornton. If he's throwing those balls to Thornton, imagine what he's going to throw to a healthy Rice and Worthy. I think when they get those two back, along with this defense, you put them in a postseason, they're probably not going to have home field advantage throughout. It won't go through Arrowhead this year. But I'm still not counting the Chiefs out. Some people really want to fade the Chiefs and get rid of them because it's like New England. It got to a certain point where, like, I'm just tired of these guys. Can someone else win? So people are really trying to bury Mahomes and Kansas City and kick them off the mantle. Yeah, they're not the best team in the AFC right now. But, man, in like 6 weeks, they got their two receivers back. I can still see them winning through the AFC in the playoffs.
You know what? And something that people don't take into account, but matters a lot, especially when January and February roll around, the waves that NFL teams ride, the momentum that NFL teams get by week 14 and 15 can matter a lot more than squeaking into the playoffs at 11-6. Like, if you start the year off real strong and you kind of fade out by the end, but you happen to make the playoffs, kind of like a Pittsburgh Steelers type deal, I'm rolling with a team that maybe has a little bit of a worse record, but has a lot of hype going into the playoffs. Last year, you got the Commanders with Jaden Daniels. They rode that hype to the conference championship game. Here's the thing with the Chiefs now. They're off the public's radar. People don't care about the Chiefs. They have written them off. So just imagine this defense is playing super physical. They get Worthy back. They get Rice back. Maybe, hell, they even add somebody else to this offense. Mahomes is still balling, and they come out of nowhere. I wouldn't write the Chiefs off yet. I just wouldn't. I know that these games are really boring. They're dull. The offense sucks. But you can see the bright spots, and I don't want to count them out yet because just like you said, you got the Ravens at 1-2, the Texans at 0-3, the Broncos at 1-2. There are a lot of good teams right now that didn't start the season out too strong. So I wouldn't be so quick to jump on that hate train on the Chiefs, they're going to come around and they're going to cause some teams some problems.